A very warm welcome to all of you. This is the first session of our interactive talk in conversations organized by Don Bosco College, Goa. Our first esteemed guest is Mr. Harshvardhan Bhatkuly, the editor and publisher of Business Goa. We are very pleased to have you with us, sir, and we look forward to hearing from you about your growth story and what has inspired you along the way, so that our students can learn from you.
Sure, thank you very much.
I would also like to introduce my students who are here in the panel. Bridget, Annalie, Serelda and Alvin, all students of the BA Mass Media Department. We also have here our faculty, Ms. Lata Rajir, Ms. Gauravi Keni, and our principal, Dr. Raju George. I would like to know, before in the conversation you talked about a PhD of life for students. So could you please elaborate a bit more about what you mean by PhD for life?
PhD for life is a concept. PhD for life is an idea, wherein PhD is not about getting a doctoral thesis through. It is about developing oneself, one's own personality, one's own ideas, and one's own career and lifetime goals. Wherein P stands for preparation and passion. I believe that a person should be innately passionate about what he or she wants to do in life. It's very important that the person embarks on a career or a life mission in which he or she has deep interest in. So passion comes from the fact that a person embarks on a career choice of his or her own, which she is extremely interested in. Preparation is very important, as I mentioned before as well. A writer called Malcolm Gladwell, who writes on strategy and business and different business breakthroughs, he mentioned that to be somebody who has proficiency or efficiency in his job or in his career should spend 10,000 hours in that particular vocation. Now 10,000 hours is a long time to see, but if you're enjoying your work, if you're enjoying your profession, then the 10,000 hours can just pass as a breeze. So after attaining 10,000 hours or putting in 10,000 hours in work, will somebody actually start showing professional results? Till then we are just learning. H stands of course for hard work and for hunger. I personally believe and as I have read extensively on business and business success and on business doyens, all of them have had the path of success through hard work. And they have put in a lot of hard work, a lot of determination, a lot of perseverance. They have looked failure back in the face and gone and done it. So hard work, and obviously hunger comes from the fact that if you are not privileged to have a great background, then your only passport to success is through hunger and hard work. So we have P and H covered, and D I feel is discipline. It's extremely important that when you're in a career or if you're looking at a lifetime goal, that you are disciplined. What discipline simply is that it makes you do what you must do and not what you want to do. There's a fine difference there, but it's a huge difference in terms of the output that happens when you're disciplined. Now, since you come from Don Bosco, which is a convent organization or a convent institution, discipline is an integral part of the DNA of the system itself. So that makes you well aware as to what you must do. And dream, which is the other part of the D. I'm a great fan of Walt Disney, and Walt Disney has created so much around in the world of animation, cartoons, entertainment, and he had a very, very powerful message. It's a very simple message, but it has helped him create so many vistas in terms of entertainment as well as in terms of animation and communication. That if you can dream it, you can do it. So, and of course, dreams are our very own resources, and we should be able to draw from them. We should dream, keep on dreaming, and not stop dreaming. So this is my simple PhD concept. And I think so students who are going to go into the real world out there after attaining their education, they should look at this and reflect on this, on a very regular basis.
Thank you so much, sir. That is really a brilliant way to put a very strong and helpful message for all our students here. Passion, perseverance, preparation, hard work, and of course hunger and discipline. So moving on to the next thing that we are really eager to know about is how you launched Business Goa way back in 2009. What inspired you to bring a business magazine in Goa when generally the idea or perception was that Goa is not a very industry-friendly place?
So there are various factors to it. Now, of course, we have very fashionable concepts like connecting the dots and stuff like that. But this is a real concept. It's a real. It's not just management jargon. It's a real thing. I go back to maybe 22 years back when I was in college. I would write regularly for local newspapers. I was extremely fortunate to be able to write at such a young age on varied subjects for local newspapers as reputed as the Navin Times and the Gomantak Times then, of course. And there was a weekly called Goa Post from where I started my little bit of freelance journalistic career, if you can say that. This opportunity is extremely important for me because I went out and got them. I went out and I said I can do this. I can write on this. I can write on sports. I can write on features. I can write on business. And I would do that even when I was 16, 17 years of age. But to the credit of the owners and publishers and editors of those papers at that point of time, they had the faith to give it to somebody as young as me then. So I was always keen on writing. I was always keen on the media as such, and I had started my advertising agency while I was still in college. So I had a direct link to the media in one way or the other until 2009 when I started the magazine. The magazine also has a very interesting history to it. It goes back to my quizzing, and I am interested and specialized in a very unique form of quizzing, that is business quizzing, where the entire content, the entire play of the quiz is based on business content, wherein people want to know about your knowledge in business, in management, theories of brands, of business leaders. So this was quite a funny situation wherein me and my partner would travel across India, compete at the topmost level of business quizzing in the country, many times win some of the quizzes, and then people would ask us, "You guys come from Goa, and Goa is not so well known for business. How come you do it?" So that triggered a thought in me that Goa has so many businesses, and maybe Goa doesn't have the kind of PR to get that idea across. Maybe I could come out with a kind of a newsletter of maybe 8 to 10 pages and put it out there so that people understand that Goa also has a business side to it and not just sunset and the beaches. So that idea of a newsletter morphed into a magazine because I began getting extremely good response when I went out, to meet people, and they thought that this is not a small idea. This is a big idea which should be taken to a larger audience. So Business Goa started. That was the root of Business Goa, and in the 6 years that we have been running the magazine, it has grown, and it has. But at the same time, it has been true to its original idea of trying to be the voice of business in Goa.
That's indeed a very fascinating story, and also very important for our student community to remember is how Mr. Bhatkuly has pointed out the importance of reaching out to the industry. He started writing at a very early age, and that is how he got his first interest, passion and inclination towards the industry. So I'm sure I have my students with me, mass media students of Don Bosco College, and I would like them to ask questions to Mr. Bhatkuly.
Sir, I read that you won the Tata Crucible Business Quiz.
That's right.
So what actually sparked your interest in quizzing?
See, I have generally been a very avid reader right from my childhood. I used to read newspapers, serious newspapers, editorials while I was in the 3rd and 4th standard. So I have been cued into what's happening in the country, what's happening globally, and that is the raw material for a quizzer. You have to be generally interested, inquisitive about what's happening around you, and that got me into school quizzing, later on into higher secondary quizzing, and later on, much later in my life, into top level business quizzes across the country. So it's a dream of every business quizzer to win the Tata Crucible National Championship, and we won it in 2010. We have been winning the regional championship right from 2007 onwards, and we didn't win it 1 year, but since then we have been winning the regional championship. There's also another quiz called the Brand Equity Quiz, which was one of India's topmost business quiz. We won the regional championship by record 6 times. So that has been some work happening on that front.
Thank you, sir.
Many congratulations, sir. That was Amelie Gracious from our 2nd year BA Mass Media Department. Sarinda would also like to ask you a question.
So I would like to know that as mass media students, sometimes we lag behind in updating our knowledge and skills. So what we should look forward as students, what we should update ourselves to?
Well, you should like a lot of media pages on Facebook to begin with, because then your wall will be full of essential news happening across the world actually. Because nowadays social media is so powerful that you get inundated with a lot of news globally, and you actually feel connected to the world. So as a media person, there's no excuse for you not to be ignorant about the global happenings or local happenings at the same time. So you have to make a conscious attempt and an effort to be cued on to every media entity across the world, and that will give you a very, very good, strong, fundamental basics about what's happening in the globe. It will also help you to communicate how news is communicated worldwide. You will get to understand the style that's happening maybe in the US or Europe, Africa, Asia Pacific. You will know exactly what is the kind of language used, what is the kind of news reporting tactics that they do, and that will mold your entire career fundamentally, I would say so. So, like more pages on Facebook, but media pages.
Thank you.
Alvin, would you like to ask a question, sir?
First of all, congratulations for 6 years of success of Business Goa.
Thank you.
So I would like to know what are your further plans about this magazine? What are your steps? Maybe you're shifting to some other things as well, or only Business Goa?
No, I won't say shifting. We already have a magazine called My Goa, which is a social magazine, which is a completely un-Business Goa magazine. It talks about the society of life of Goa, the literature, the art, the cinema, and passions of people in Goa, which is non-business oriented. And that's a very good product. I would like to take that product also up in the market. Besides, I don't want to stay in Goa for long in terms of my business ambitions. I want to take this idea across India, maybe starting small somewhere in Maharashtra or Karnataka. We are seriously looking at Pune and Bangalore at the current moment. And maybe that'll take some time, but it will definitely happen. That the idea of Business Goa will go out of Goa. And that I think is the true success of the concept.
Thank you so much, sir. We really wish you all the best for all
Thank
your
you, ma'am,
ventures.
for having me over here.
We hope that you continue seeing this program so that you get to know what personalities in Goa have to say to encourage young students, not just of Don Bosco College, but the entire student community in Goa.